Legend lives in 2025. As such, the revival blends with legendary, thrilling upgrades of classic Chevelle muscles. From SS396 to SS454 powerhouse, this revived phenomenon calls forth a renewed excitement to automobile enthusiasts. Upgraded with a mighty V8 power, the car flaunts outstanding performance and stylish form requirements that make one absolutely necessary if he or she loves and desires style with tremendous energy. Why Chevelle is so special to us? In the late 1960s and early 70s, the roads were dominated by muscle cars, loud and proud. And right in the center of it all was the Chevrolet Chevelle. If you were a car enthusiast back in the day, you either had one, raced against one, or dreamed about having one. And if you weren't into cars, well, the Chevelle probably turned your head anyway. There was something magical perhaps in the way the Chevrolet married raw power and drop-dead gorgeous good looks. From the burble of the V8 engines under the hood and the unmistakable silhouette cruising the street, the Chevelle made a cultural icon. But then, like all good things, it began to fade away. The muscle car era got hit with a 1-2 punch, strict regulations and skyrocketing fuel prices. Guess what? Suddenly, the world wanted smaller, more practical cars. The Chevelle, as much as people loved it, just didn't fit into that new world. And so, Chevrolet pulled the plug. The Chevelle nameplate became something of a relic of the past, only seen at car shows or glimpsed in old magazines. And for decades, people asked the same question. What if it came back? What if Chevy gave us another Chevelle, but reimagined for the modern era? The year is 2025, and Chevrolet has done the impossible. They have brought the Chevelle back. And the 2025 Chevelle is everything that you loved about the original. The aggression, the style, the power, fused with the kind of cutting-edge technology that makes you sit back and say, oh yeah, they nailed this. The muscle car era, the SS396 and SS454. To understand why the Chevelle was loved so much, you must revisit its golden age. The 1960s and 70s are regarded as the golden years for the muscle car. When Chevelle SS rolled into the street, it seemed that a rock star had dropped by the party. Nobody could look at their faces anymore. For example, the SS396. Under the hood sat a massive 396 cubic inch V8 engine that could churn out 375 horsepower. That might not seem like much compared to today's hypercars, but back in the day, that was earth-shattering. And then there was the big brother, the SS454. If the SS396 was impressive, the 454 was just crazy. With up to 450 horsepower coming out of its big block V8, the Chevelle SS454 could dust almost anything on the road. This was the heyday of the muscle car, an age in which performance was the all-consuming and only concern, with practicality not even worth thinking about. You bought a Chevelle because you wanted something that could move. The fall of the Chevelle. However, as we all know, the best of times never last long. Into the mid to late 1970s, a period of change had begun with the automotive world. A tight-fisted government was going heavy on emissions, and oil prices were through the roof. Even the insurance companies did not see the cars that could break the sound barrier in a heartbeat, with glee. Muscling cars were losing their gleam, and cars like Chevelle were the ones getting pinched. Chevrolet tried to adapt. They dialed back the engines, focused on efficiency, and made the cars more practical. For muscle car fans, it was like losing an old friend, and seeing it go extinct, that was heartbreaking. Chevelle in the modern world. But the thing about legends is they never really die. Fans dreamt of a comeback for decades. What if Chevrolet brought the Chevelle back? What would it look like? Could it ever live up to the legend? Well, in 2025, Chevy answered those questions in the best way possible. This is not a rebirth, it is a reinvention. The 2025 Chevrolet Chevelle is here, and it is carrying that legendary muscle car DNA straight into the future. So if you have ever wondered what happens when you mix nostalgia, innovation, and raw horsepower into one incredible package, you are about to find out. Exterior design. To begin with, let's make it clear that the 2025 Chevy Chevelle is more than just a car design. It's a love letter to muscle car history, with a modern twist that boldly declares, I am back and I mean business. Chevy masterfully blended old-school swagger with 21st-century sophistication, resulting in a truly stunning creation. The design captures the essence of classic muscle cars while incorporating contemporary technology and style. Front-end design. The first thing you're going to notice, and probably never forget, is that front end. It's like a classic rock star making a surprise appearance at a modern-day concert. Bold, aggressive, and yet somehow refined, it commands attention the second it enters your line of sight. Let's talk about those LED headlights. Gone are the days of simple round lamps. These are sharp, precise, and downright intimidating. It's as if the car is looking straight at you with laser focus, daring you to challenge it. And even though they're modern LEDs, there's still that sense of history embedded in their shape, a nod to the Chevelle's iconic past. And then there's the grille. Oh man, the grille. It's bold, it's brash, and it wears the Chevrolet bow tie emblem like a badge of honor. Dead center, right where it belongs, letting you know that Chevy hasn't forgotten its roots. And if you're lucky enough to see an SS version, well, that SS badging is just the cherry on top. Muscle cars were never about blending in, and neither is the 2025 Chevelle. But here's where it gets really good. The hood creases. You look closely, and you notice this muscular definition running along the hood, like the veins on a bodybuilder's arms. It's subtle enough not to be over the top, but bold enough to remind you there's serious power underneath. Side profile. Now let's go into the side profile, where it gets really nostalgic. The silhouette of the 2025 Chevelle captures the soul of the silhouette, long, sweeping lines, and that low and wide stance that muscle car fans dream about. But not copying the past, but reimagining it for today. So first to pop out at you, chunky wheel arches. And not mere ornament either, as these give off an aggressive yet functional character and the ready-to-pounce stance to the automobile. Even the side mirrors deserve a moment here. I know what you're thinking. Mirrors? Really? But hear me out. These mirrors are sleek, aerodynamic, and here's the kicker. They come with integrated turn signals. It's one of those modern touches that doesn't feel out of place, but instead makes the whole design feel cohesive. Then there's the low-profile roofline. This is where the Chevelle goes above and beyond. That is, that roofline throws an unmistakably sporty and aerodynamic look with rear-end design. And now, let's move around to the rear for, trust me, Chevy hasn't cut corners here too. If you thought you were impressed by the front look, wait until you turn around and see what's done in the backside. We first start off with talking about the quad tailpipes. Yes, you heard me right. 4. Not 2, not 3, 4 bold tailpipes that are loud, proud, and in your face. Then we have the LED taillights. And trust me when I say this, these are something special. Chevy could have chosen any modern design, but instead, they took inspiration from the Chevelle's classic round taillights and gave them a futuristic twist. And of course, can't forget about the badging. And at the rear, it shows off so proudly the nameplate, Chevelle, and in the middle of it, the SS badge. It leaves you with a long-lasting feeling, as if it's bidding you farewell, with a farewell glance on its last drive away. I mean, honestly, who will not, if he happens to catch a glimpse of one behind himself? I am talking here about a 2025 Chevelle, getting out of the door. You'll feel it the moment you slide into the driver's seat, that mix of nostalgia and innovation. It's almost as if Chevy built this interior to make you feel something. There's a sense of familiarity here, with subtle touches that pay homage to the original Chevelle. But at the same time, everything feels fresh, modern, and purpose-built for today's driver. The first thing that catches your eye is the dashboard. Clean, minimalist, and well thought out, it shows nothing cluttered or unnecessary to distract you. Just a sense of layout that makes things right in front of you. Crisp digital displays, delivering all the information you might need, and they do it with style. Now let's talk comfort, because Chevy didn't cut any corners here. The seats are the perfect blend of sporty and supportive. Whether you're tackling tight corners or cruising down the highway, you're going to feel secure, comfortable, and let's be honest, pretty darn special. And the materials? Top-notch. Every inch of this cabin feels like it was designed with care. And then there are the driver controls. Everything's within arm's reach, including that slick gear shifter and the driving mode selector. Whether you're in the mood to cruise or unleash the beast under the hood, the Chevelle adjusts to you. This car doesn't just want you to drive it, it wants you to experience it. Powertrain and performance. All right, so let's get to the part that makes every muscle car enthusiast lean in just a little closer, and that's what's under the hood. Because when we're talking about a car like the 2025 Chevelle, it's obviously not just about the looks, it's about the soul. And what's the soul of any muscle car? That's the engine. Sure enough, Chevrolet does not hold back here. They give us what we have been craving. The long-awaited lineup of high-performance V8 engines that packs enough oomph inside to make your heart pump as you tap the gas. And if they haven't thrown out all details yet, the star of this show is a modern 6.2-liter beast-like V8, rumored to send power upward of 500 horsepower. Don't think for one second that the Chevelle is just a straight-line warrior. Nope. Chevrolet has put in a lot of hard work to ensure this thing is precise. Advanced suspension systems give you sharp, confident turning whether cruising down the highway or taking on twisty backroads. It's responsive, smooth, and the grip makes you feel connected to pavement at all times. Oh, did we miss the brakes? Because when you've got this much power, you need something to rein it all in. Chevy's fitted the 2025 Chevelle with a high-performance braking system that's not only reliable, but incredibly responsive. Slam on the brakes, and this car stops on a dime. Whether you're in traffic, on the track, or dealing with a surprise curve, you're covered. But the real magic lies in how Chevrolet has balanced all this. It has managed to deliver heart-pounding power without sacrificing the ride quality. So, one can rip through the gears and unleash the beast on the open road, or cruise when one feels like taking it easy. It's like Chevy bottled up the perfect formula for power and comfort, and that, my friends, makes this car special. Why the 2025 Chevelle is a game changer. Okay, so now take a step back and get an overview of things. So why is the 2025 Chevelle such a huge thing? Why does this become the car everyone starts talking about? Firstly, Chevrolet has achieved what few brands can, merging heritage with new high-tech features in the 2025 Chevelle. This vehicle isn't just a car, it's legacy. It boasts unmistakable muscle car DNA, aggressive design, a rumbling V8, and undeniable road presence, while being packed with modern technology, safety features, and innovations to appeal to today's drivers. It's not a relic of the past, it's the muscle car of the future, seamlessly blending classic charm with contemporary excellence. And who is this car for? Well, it's for the enthusiasts, no doubt. It is for the person who grew up listening to stories of the SS396 and the SS454. The guy that spent his weekends at shows drooling over restored 60s and 70s Chevelles. But it is also for the new generation. The man who wants power, performance, and style, but expects modern comfort and technology. Collectors will love it too, but this isn't just a showpiece. It's a car you can actually drive, enjoy, and make memories with. And talking about competition, the muscle cars of today are a rare commodity, and there are not that many. Then there is the Dodge Challenger and Ford Mustang. Those sort of cars have kept the spirit of muscle cars going. The Chevelle, though, is something entirely different. It's revolutionary. It's bringing something to the table, not competing against them on gimmicks and whatnot. But the Chevelle will play on its strengths of timeless design, raw power, and undeniable Chevy heritage. In a world where cars are becoming more and more similar, the 2025 Chevelle stands tall. It's bold, exciting, and it's got that kind of personality that makes you fall in love with driving all over again. And there you have it, folks, the 2025 Chevrolet Chevelle. It's not just a comeback, it's a reinvention of what a muscle car can be. Get ready to ignite your passion. Don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button for more thrilling car adventures. If you think the 2025 Chevrolet Chevelle is extraordinary, just wait until you see what's coming next. Ever imagined what happens when luxury and legend collide? Stay tuned for our upcoming feature on the 2025 Maybach SL from Mercedes. It's an experience you won't want to miss.